Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in our program, Action Central Luzon Special Edition. And this time, we have our friends from AA for the second time. Pag-uusapan ho namin, napakahalaga. So yung ating mga kababayan dito sa gitnang Luzon, na meron pong problema sa pag-iinom, no? Makinig po kayong mabuti. Sapagkat nakala natin, hindi ho problema to. Malaking problema ho to, mga kaibigan. Okay, so I'm just telling them that they have to listen intently. Because here in our area, they think that drinking is not a problem, so many, but they don't know it's one of the bigger problems that we're facing at the moment. Okay, I'll introduce my special guest for today from Alcoholics Anonymous. Ladies and gentlemen, to my left is Liv. Is that
that's correct?
That's correct,
yes.
way? Liv Erickson, right?
You got it.
Okay, and of course this one is my suke for the second time. We have the former lawyer, or still a lawyer, Bruce. How are you, Bruce?
Good, I'm fine. Happy to be here.
And of course, we have from the this left side, ladies and gentlemen, from Australia, we have Penny Ace. How are you, Penny?
I'm really well, thanks, Sonny. Glad to be here. Thank you.
It's been a year, Bruce, right?
That's right. Yes.
And again, you have you have an event in Angeles City. Can you please talk about it?
Yes, we have there is a convention here. It's the 17th roundup, and it will be held at the Maharaja Hotel this weekend, 13th, 14th, and 15th. And there will be a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, a lot of people from Angeles, and then there will be people from Australia, from other countries.
And expat communities also from Angeles, right?
Yes, a lot of expats, yes. And we would encourage everybody to come. Anybody who's interested in if they think they may have a problem with alcohol, if they're interested, we would recommend and encourage them to come to this convention.
Okay, Penny, what you are there for a reason. What are the we have people will have expectations after they listen to this and watch this program. What can they see there?
The most important reason I come is to hear people from all around the world. There's, as Bruce said, a lot of international speakers, and to hear everyone's story. It doesn't matter where they're from, whether it's from Angeles or Australia or the US. An alcoholic's story is the same in any language, and I can, especially on the Sunday when I listen to people speaking in Tagalog and telling their stories, I don't even need to understand the words. I can see from the expressions on their faces the pain and the anxiety of being in active alcoholism, and that's exactly when I hear my story told like that. I know what my problem is, and when I know what my problem is, I know what to do about it. But with my illness, it will tell me that I'm okay, and that really it wasn't that bad. Things weren't that terrible. But when I hear the truth being told, especially when it's people I don't know or from cultures that are unfamiliar to me, I know that's my problem and what I have to do.
You've been there,
yes,
done that.
Yeah.
And Liv, will you be there as an observer or as
I'm going to participate. In it. Yeah, I'll be setting up the talkathon on Friday, and we'll have people come up for 20 minutes or a half hour and tell their story, their hope, what happened, what it's like now. It's a non-confrontatory program, a fellowship.
no blaming, huh?
No. No, it's very good for somebody like me. I don't like being blamed. And AA has never done that. It brings hope where the alcoholic really has none and they know it, but it's something we don't want to admit. And hearing other people say it, well, yes, that's me. Just like Penny said.
Is that always the problem, that there's this denial that you are into it?
Sonny, that's the exact right word. Denial. Because that's what I got into. And that's why I went back so many times. I can do this myself. And that's just not the case. I don't like to admit that. I think a lot of people don't. But why not take an easier, softer way, which is AA? And like you said, no blaming.
Yes, just listening.
It's something we can all identify with.
And the hope that you were talking about, that's very important, the word hope.
Yes.
Even those who are really deep into, this bad habit, as if we can call it.
Oh, well, for some people like me, yes it is. Others can control their drinking, and that's fine, but that's not me. It's in our promises. It is, and I've realized them, and so have my partners here, my mates, if you would.
Do you always tell yourself that this is the next day, tomorrow I won't drink anymore? Have you done that? Did it come to you?
No, I only think about today. I used to think I can quit anytime I wish.
Yeah.
I'm different now. I'm stronger. But no, it's for today. And many times I've had to put it off. Well, I'll do it tomorrow.
Bruce, this is the value of AA.
It's one of the values. I think that the idea, I remember at one time I thought, well, I might be drinking a little too much. I'll stop. And the next thing that came to my mind was that means I got to stop for the rest of my life, and I can't do that. And in AA, all I got to do is stay sober for today. All I got to do is not drink today, and that makes it manageable. If I can stay sober today.
No long term.
No long term. If I feel like this tomorrow, I may drink tomorrow, and inevitably I don't feel like this tomorrow. And what AA does, I think they've talked about it here, I can identify with other people telling their story because it's my story. And with me, I did not think I was an alcoholic. I was still working. A lot of alcoholics are. They work. A lot of alcoholics never make it to AA. They die, but they're still working. And when I came to AA, I heard people like me, and I could identify, and well, maybe I am an alcoholic. And after going to AA for a while, I realized that not only am I an alcoholic, but I had been drinking alcoholically since age 14, and I didn't get to AA and get sober until I was 50. And so it is, and in addition, AA, not only do I learn not to drink here, but it gives me a way of living a life that's much better, so that the reason for drinking is no longer there. I don't get so disturbed and upset by the world around me. It's a change in attitude and outlook on life.
You used to think that drinking is a solution to your problem, right?
Oh yes, yeah. I had a lot of problems in my life. If people would just leave me alone, everything would be all right. And drinking was the solution.
Then finally you discovered it is the problem.
It was the problem. Yes, it was the problem all along. And you mentioned that about alcohol here. I think all over the world we tend to think, well, alcohol is not as bad as drugs.
Yes,
and
that's what they say.
Any mind-altering substance produces the same thing, and it is my own personal belief that alcohol is one of in terms of just what it does to an individual, it's a very disabling drug.
It's a drug and it's disabling.
Yes,
and
it's a killer. It kills people. It kills the alcoholic.
Easy to buy and easy to procure from the sari-sari store in the Philippines to the big groceries. It is available to most ages. They sell it. And that's the danger of alcohol.
Yes, and it's a very dangerous substance. Most people can drink. Most people will have one or two drinks, but the alcoholic will not. If I take a drink, it sets up a craving. I want more. Most people say, oh, they have a drink, half a drink. I've had enough. Once I took a drink, I'd never had enough.
Oh, are you an alcoholic when you wake up in the morning and then you drink so that you forget to be sober, they say?
No, that didn't happen to me. I didn't drink in the morning, but I took drugs to manage my drinking.
Okay.
I thought I won't drink because I'll black out, and I thought blacking out was normal. I didn't know that was a sign of alcoholism. So I would have to have something though, and I always ended up with a drink. But I didn't drink in the morning. I didn't drink at work. From what I understand, it's not how much you drink or how often even. It's what the drink does to me when I have it, and I can't guarantee what will happen after I pick up the first drink. I might be okay. I might just have one. I might, for a couple of days, have a couple, but within a month, sometime, I will drink far more than I can cope with, and I will wake up the next day, as you described, with awful. Remorse and shame, and won't necessarily be another drink that I take at that time, but this crushing shame.
I mean, it destroys your insides, your humanity.
Yes.
Alcohol destroys your humanity.
Yes.
Can you say that?
Yes, because I didn't ever take it seriously as an illness, I thought that if I was just better, if I was just kinder, more helpful, more clever, more organised, if I could just be better, I would be able to fix everything. But it doesn't matter how good or how kind or how sweet or how clever I am. I'm an alcoholic, and if I have a drink, I need to drink more.
And more.
Yeah, it's my chemistry, it's my body, it's I don't know why it's me, but it is me.
Are there people who are really born into this? Because there's some areas in the Philippines that say, oh, they're predisposed to drinking. Are there people who are born with a tendency to, take alcohol?
I don't know.
I think there's a school of thought that believes that genetically some people are predisposed. There are all kinds of statistics. If one parent is alcoholic, the child has 50 or my statistics are off, but I can't quote them. If both parents are alcoholic, the child has even a greater chance of being alcoholic.
Is that influence then? It's probably not genetic, but the influence.
It may be. Neither one of my parents were alcoholic, but there's no question in my mind that I drank alcoholically from the time I picked up my first drink. And by that, I mean, just as she described, I take a drink and it sets up a craving. I want another drink. And there's a craving like I think they have.
Is that the addiction then?
That is the addiction is really two-part. I want it. If I take a drink, it sets up a physical craving, and the obvious thing is, well, don't take a drink. But then I've got a mental obsession, and many times I did not want to drink because I had to go to work on Monday. And I would sit there, I'm not going to drink today, and all I can think about is taking a drink. I'm not going to drink, but I want to drink. I'm not going to drink, but I want to drink. And the obsession, I want to drink, would always win out. I'd take the drink, it would set up the craving, and I'd get drunk.
So there's a debate, huh?
Huge. They describe. I've learned about it in AA. But this committee in my head.
Yeah.
Everything I do being judged. It's really it's torture. It is. They call it alcoholic torture. It's an awful place. It's just the most horrible experience.
And you've been through that also, Mr. Lee?
Oh yes. And the best thing is that I'm not alone, and I can go back to AA. Sometimes we call it taking a vacation. Or jumping off the wagon. That's a term used in the United States. And then the remorse sets in. Things, of course, by that time have fallen apart. I could tell you a bit about that, and it's the same for other people. But there is an answer. There was for me. And there's an answer for a lot of other people. And all it takes, not even willingness really, but a willingness to be willing.
Yeah.
Just to
It's
listen.
amazing.
Admission that there's a problem. Eh?
Yeah, just a
Just a
just a little opening, maybe, is all it takes.
The acceptance of the problem.
Yeah.
Because as always, Bruce, you know this, there is this denial.
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So if you have a little opening of in the denial portion
Yeah,
and
that's
acceptance that there is a problem, then there's where the chance and the possible, you getting better.
Yes.
Can you say you getting better because it's a disease, right?
That's
Is
right.
Is it a disease?
Yes, so that's the belief that the American Medical Association classifies alcoholism as a disease.
1955, they declared it a disease.
In the United States.
Yes. And it fits all the etiology of a disease. Acts like a disease.
It kills like one.
Kills like one.
Yeah.
Kills
Or
you
puts you in
dead.
a hospital. Huh?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have a short break, and after the break, we discuss what it did to you personally, the drinking, the alcohol, the alcoholism, and what it did to others, especially those people close to you. Magbe-break po kami mga kaibigan, na break. Pagpapatuloy po natin ito. Maganda po itong ating discussion na to. Ito ho ay hindi nyo makikita ang kanilang mga mukha pag kami po ay nasa television na pag pinapalabas na ho natin, pero wala hong razon kung bakit hindi nyo maiintindihan ang kanilang mga sinasapit na problema at yung mga ginawa nilang solusyon sa kanilang buhay. Babalik po kami, mga kaibigan.